beauties, it's the Red Diva and welcome to my channel. Today we are focusing on a very BerryLicious collection of products from Flower Beauty and its creator Drew Barrymore. These berry colors will give you the perfect glow for the new year, and we will do a simple makeup look from primers and complexion perfection to eyes, cheeks, and lips, so you don't want to miss it. But before we get to this tutorial, if you like makeup tutorials and reviews, wigs, skincare, fashion, lifestyle, and community, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like and comment on this video, and let me know what you think about this BerryLicious look. So sit back, relax, and I'll be back with Flower Beauty. We're ready to start the show. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first step, which is to prime the skin. Today we're going to be using the Supernova Celestial Priming Whip by Flower Beauty right here. You do have to shake it to get the mousse activated, of course. And I have used this a couple of times. You're going to see that a little pump goes a long way. You see? So you barely want to just kind of touch it lightly, because otherwise you're going to over apply on your hand and you're going to waste the product. But as you can see, it's very, very light and fluffy. It's got sort of like a lilac tint to it, but it does go on clear, and it does create a really hydrated and sort of luminous finish to the skin, which is slightly tacky as well. Not too sticky, but it does have a little bit of a tackiness to it, which allows the makeup to glide over it and really go on very, very smooth. And it does give you a slight shimmer, like little gold flecks. So it does give you sort of a radiant finish to the skin. So there's quite a bit of radiance to it. If you do not want a primer that has a little bit of a shimmer built in, then this may not be the product for you. But if you don't mind having sort of like a pearlescent gold sort of cast to the skin, of course, you know, you're going to be applying your makeup over this, so your skin won't stay golden looking for very long, but it does have a little bit of a radiant finish to it. But I like it because it really does kind of brighten the skin up and give it a wake up look to it. So and now that we're going into colder months, this feels a little bit more hydrating, well, a lot more hydrating than the typical gel type of primers that you may have out there. And so I think overall it's a very nice finish to the skin, and I think it's a great way to get the skin started for the makeup application afterwards. Okay, after we're done with that flower primer, we're gonna use the Flower Get Real Serum Foundation. I still have my little CVS sticker on there. I've bought a lot of flower products directly from the website, but a few items I did pick up at the local CVS. So I have it here, and I am using the color Nude L3. And because it is a serum foundation, I want to shake it up as well and make sure that that is all in there. So it does have a pump. Okay, so it does, see, as you can see, it dripping. There is a nice liquidy texture to it. Okay, not too, it doesn't run really fast, so then that means that it's got that slower, more serum-y kind of texture to it. So let's see how this looks on the skin. From what I had heard before, this is sort of a sheer to medium coverage. Applying a little bit more on the sponge. So with the sponge, I'm definitely getting a light application. I'm going to try applying the other side with the brush and see if I prefer that application method better. I'm going to apply a little bit more. It does even out everything nicely. Okay, so with the sponge, I'm getting sort of a light coverage. It did even out some redness compared to this side, but it's still on the light side. Let's try it with a foundation brush and see if that goes on a little bit better or different. Not necessarily better, but just some trying with a foundation brush here. Let's see if I get a fuller type of coverage. I think I'm getting a slightly more fuller coverage with the brush. Okay, so this is the one with the brush, and that's the one with the sponge. There might be a slight improvement in terms of coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little tiny bit more on this side with the brush. Okay, we're done with the foundation. I like the way that this has applied very nicely, very smooth, definitely buildable. So if you're looking for something that is not super cakey or heavy, the serum texture does allow it to glide very nicely. And it does have a radiant finish as well. I'm gonna just press it down on the skin with the sponge. Get rid of any excess that might have accumulated on the corners. Okay, now we're going to go on to the concealer. We're going to be using the Flower Beauty as well, the Light Illusion Concealer. And this one is going to be in the color, yes, Light Natural, I think it's called. Yeah. All right, so that's the one we have on today. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting. Going to do a little bit of contouring and I'll be right back. Okay, contouring is done. So I'm going to go ahead and set the makeup with the Flower Beauty powder. This one is the Light Illusion powder. And I really enjoy this one in particular because it is lightweight and it is on the hydrating side as well. So it is not going to make your under eye area look dry and cakey, which is really, really nice. It's very, very light in terms of texture. So overall, it just kind of glides over the skin and it's not gonna look dehydrated or anything like that, okay? So I'm just, right now I'm using my little e.l.f. Camo Concealer sponge because it's nice and small, so it goes into the smaller areas. And I'm just kind of tapping that in. Okay, and I'm also going to put a little bit of the Milani Peach Setting Spray. I'm going to do this trick that I learned a while back, which is you spray your palm, you get a little bit of that spray on your palm, and then you get your ring finger, you tap it on the setting spray, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to pat a little bit of that setting spray right on top, and basically you just keep tapping it until you feel like the setting spray dries. And what this does is that it helps to set that under eye powder and the concealer, and it sort of like bakes it without baking it in the traditional sense, which is when you really powder up that area. But this is going to keep the eye area from creasing during the day. And you'll feel once it's dry, you just kind of like let it go and don't do anything else with it, okay? So that's what the under eye looks like. Okay, you will notice a big difference when you do that, when you go ahead and set the under eye area in that way versus the traditional method. And I find that when I set my makeup with the setting spray and I just spray the face, I never am able to really get into that under eye area. And so I like this method because it allows you to focus in on, hone in on that under eye area versus the rest of the face. You can still set the rest of the face later once you're done with the makeup. But as far as the under eye is concerned, this method helps you achieve a more perfected under eye area. So that is the powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the Heatwave Luminous Bronzer by Flower Beauty. This is a great bronzer, guys, because unlike a lot of bronzers that are more orange or yellow based, this one is more of a cool tone bronzer. Now they do offer this in 2 different shades. This one is the cool version, and then there's another one that I can't remember the name right now, but it is the warm base. But you'll see them side by side and you'll be able to tell which one it is. But this one is the Sunrise. And I think that the other one is Sunset, I'm thinking, but this one is Sunrise. So Sunrise is the cooler version, okay? And I've been using this one for a while now, and I really, really love it. Actually, my the lid cracked off a couple days ago, so I was not happy about that, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we get it without the lid, but this one is sort of a marbled shade, and it really is so pretty. You're going to take a look at when I apply it and see how it warms up the face, but it does not give me that typical orangey cast. You see how it just kind of, it's good for contouring as well, okay? Okay, very nice, right? What's nice about this cooler version of the bronzer is that it will allow you to go into the cooler months and still have a nice glow on your skin, and you won't look washed out like you usually do during the cooler months because the sun is not out as much. And but the fact that it's a cool undertone, it won't look so harsh against your pale or fair toned skin. So it will give you that added glow, but it will not look like, you know, you just smear like mustard on your face, you know? So I really do appreciate this version. I do have some other warmer tone bronzers, and I think that those you can definitely pull out during the summer months and give yourself that kind of like J-Lo glow, you know, like real tan, real gold looking skin. But for going into the fall and the winter months, this one is a perfect shade, and you can use it year round, honestly, because you could always use this as a base and then use the other one that's more gold tone on top. You know, you can layer it up, but this one is a great one that you can use year round, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply the Milani eyeshadow primer. I will do that, and I will be right back for a second. Okay, eyeshadow primer is on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the next item in the Flower Beauty collection that I picked up. I'm going to show you this beautiful Petal Play Quad. This is really, really pretty. Look at this. This is so perfect for this time of the year as well. You know, people sometimes think that they only can use for the fall, you know, the warm tones, gold, bronzes, you know, metallic, but on the warm side. But this is, the berries are also very, very beautiful this time of year. So I think that this will be a nice quad to work with for today, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get a fluffy brush, okay? And I'm going to start off with this one on the top left corner. And I'm going to use that as a transition. Now, when you press the brush into, there is a little bit of kickback in the pan, so I just wanted to let you know it's not the end of the world. It's not a huge deal, but it is there. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that color all across the crease of the eyelid. Okay, so far so good. The colors are nice and buildable, and it goes on very, very smooth, very true to the pan color. So I'm very happy with that shade so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and utilize the next matte shade, even though it's not a complete matte, but it does not contain any sparkles, but it's more of a luminous matte. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one in the corner. All right, this color is gorgeous. I really, really am enjoying it a lot. It had really, really good pigment. Very pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply using a wet or dampened brush. I'm going to use the Peach Setting Spray by Milani, and I'm just going to get a little brush like this. And I'm going to go ahead and apply the bottom shimmer right there. That's going to go right on the lid. Okay, so even though it looks really shimmery in the pan, it does not, when you dampen the brush and you apply it, it kind of tones down. So it's not a super, super frosty shade. I'm going to go ahead and wait till the eyeshadow pan dries a little bit, because right now it's damp from having applied the brush. But once that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tap on a little tiny bit more of that color and see if I can get a little bit more saturation. I do usually prefer a little bit more shine there on the lid. So let's see what happens once it's dry. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of that top shade right here. I'm going to do that underneath the brow area. And then I'm going to go back to that original fluffy brush and just kind of hit that crease color once again, just to kind of blend that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply a Colourpop liner. This one is the cream gel liner right here. And this one is going to be in the color Joyride. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that on the waterline. Okay, so we went ahead and added that color top and bottom. I'm also going to add a little bit of the light color, the champagne color, on the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and dampen the brush just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, and I'm going to do some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, mascara is done. So now for the final finish on the eyes, I'm going to use this Flower Beauty pencil. This one is called the Forever Wear Eyeliner, and it is basically a nude eyeliner. And this is meant to be used on the inside waterline. And you're going to see the difference between one side and another, and how it helps to brighten that under eye area and open up the overall eyes. So one has it and the other one does not. You see the difference? Yeah. And what I like about it is that it is bright enough that it does do its job, but it's not going to be like a pure white pencil. I really don't care for those pure white pencils. I think that this is a far better shade, more natural look. Like that. You see? Isn't that nice? It's just a small little detail, but it can really make a big difference. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and finish the eye area by completing the brows. So I'm going to show you a couple of items. One of them is, of course, a Flower Beauty item, and this one is our micro brow pencil, and I chose the color Auburn. It's a very, very, very tiny. Okay. And on the other side, it's got this like little type of, it almost looks like a Mason, what's it called? Mason Pearson brush. It's meant to smooth the little hairs down and create a soft blur effect versus a typical spoolie. What's also kind of cool is that if you notice, there are 3 sides to this pencil. It is a triangular shaped pencil, so it does kind of fit into your hands in a very interesting way compared to a round one. So I thought that that was kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and brush all the little hairs up. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in the brows using short strokes. It's got a very nice texture to the actual pencil. It glides very nicely. It doesn't over deposit too much color. It is not too hard or too soft. I think it has a really, really great consistency in terms of the waxiness of it, because it is a micro pencil. And if you are filling in a larger brow, you will find that you have to twist up the lead up quite often. Sometimes what I do is I will fill in the brow with a thicker pencil. I'll use something from like NYX that has a bigger lead to it, and I will do most of the mapping with that, and then I will leave this one in my purse for any retouches throughout the day, because, you know, sometimes you don't notice, but you touch your face, and so that could really do a number on your brow, you know. So this is, but the color is very nice. It's not too brown. It's not too red or like orangey color. So it's a very natural auburn shade. What a difference a brow makes, huh? What a difference a brow makes. Flower Beauty also has other brow products, guys, that you could check out on their website, and you can also see them in CVS and Ulta. And they do have like a brow gel, like a tinted brow gel, and they also have a pen that is like a almost like a little marker type of pen. And honestly, I did not care for it. I tried it a few times and I felt like the shade was not dark enough to show through, and compared to the Lift and Snatch one by NYX. And then also in terms of the product coming out of the little tip, it just didn't show up. Like, it was not enough product coming out. So I was like always shaking it and trying to see, like, is it just that I got a bad one or what's the deal? But I felt like it was never enough product coming out. And so that was really disappointing. And I tried that one before I had tried the NYX one. And once I tried the NYX one, I was like, I'm sold on that one. No wonder everybody talks about the NYX one being the best one, or one of the best ones. But yeah, so I was like, okay, what's the deal with this one, you know? And that is one of the reasons that I went ahead and tried this pencil, because I wanted to have something of Flower Beauty that I could show you guys for the brows, because I cannot do a makeup look without brows. And so when I saw this one and I saw that they had it in an auburn color, I was like, okay, this is perfect, you know. And I'm going to do the little spoolie, but I'm going to do it very gently because I don't want any smudging of that original color. Very nice, very light. And I'm going to set it with, what am I going to do for the brow? I think I'm going to set it with the NYX brow glue anyway, because I do want them to stay on all day. And this one always gives me that finish that I want. I'm going to use the back of a brush, and I'm going to just kind of move that across. White brush, and then across. Perfect. All right. We're only a few short stops away from finishing this look. I'm going to go ahead and now show you the Pyramids Cheek color. This one is the Cheek color palette in Rose Glow. Okay, so this is so pretty. It's very shimmery, so I hope you like shimmer because there is no way around it. Okay. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go ahead and start with this area here so I can get a little bit more color going. Okay, so far so good. It's definitely a shimmery cheek. Like I said, I hope you like shimmer. But it does give you a nice glow. And I'm going to go ahead and focus the brush more on this top area here. And that's going to be for the highlight. Oh yes, it definitely gives you a glow. I'm going to get a little brush and I'm going to just tap on this underneath the brow. Ooh, I'm liking that. Isn't that pretty? So just focusing on these two right here, which are the lightest ones. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my God. Oh, that's so pretty. Look how it just opened up the eyes. Oh my God. And I'm going to go ahead and tap in a little bit of that in the inner corner as well. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I am loving it. Just putting a little bit more of the cheek color. That is so pretty. Such a glow. I mean, again, if you're not into a shimmer cheek color, then this will definitely not be the one for you. But as far as giving you that luminous, radiant finish on your skin, I can't get enough of a glowy cheek. Look at that. I look like I slept 12 hours, had at least 2 cups of coffee, had my favorite Danish for breakfast, and now I'm ready for the world. Oh my gosh. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and finish the look with some lips. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't have a lip liner of a Flower Beauty, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a Colourpop. This is one of the lippy pencils, and this one is called Good and Plenty. It is sort of a nice berry color, which will go great with the Flower Beauty lip color that I have. And for the lipstick, we have the Perfect Pout lipstick, and the shade is called Berry More, as in Drew Barrymore. And this one is a very, very popular formula for the Flower Beauty collection, as well as the shade. So look at this beautiful, beautiful color. It's sort of like a wine tone, like a wine berry, okay? Let me show you what this looks like on the hand, like that. So it's a very wearable shade, okay? We're gonna go ahead and fill in the lips with this. Super nice, super silky. You can feel the hydration on your lips. Very nice. Oh my gosh. And don't you just love the color? That Barrymore color? It's perfect, right? Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, guys. I will be right back with the hair to complete this look and my final thoughts on this Flower Beauty products. I'll see you in a second. Ta-da! So this is the final look utilizing the Flower Beauty products that we talked about today. And also, if you like this hair that I'm wearing, this is a brand new Outre Converti cap called Lady Lioness in the DR Dark Root Red Velvet shade. So if you like it, watch the video that follows this one and you'll get all the details on how to slay this quick and easy style in 60 seconds or less. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the products that we applied on today. We started off with the Celestial Primer. This is a really lightweight, very hydrating, radiant, glowy primer. So if you want that type of finish on your skin, hydration, radiance, smoothness, you will definitely love this priming mousse. And then we followed it up with the Get Real Serum Foundation. This went on sheer to medium, definitely buildable, but it is not a full coverage by any means. So keep that in mind. But as far as a medium finish is concerned, it went on very, very beautiful. We tried the sponge, we tried the brush. I decided that the brush gave a slightly more coverage than the sponge, but I still used the sponge just at the end to press around the nose area and anywhere I felt like I wanted to really set that makeup in there. But overall, it left the skin very glowy, very hydrated, and very smooth as well. We also used underneath the eye as well as a highlighting. We used the Light Illusion Concealer by Flower. This one I have been using for a while now, and I bought it a few months back, and I've used it for very long days, very short days, and what I like is that it does not crack or separate, and it is long lasting. So overall, it is a very, very nice medium to full coverage concealer. So I think that if that's what you're searching for, I think that you would be very happy with the quality of this concealer. We set all the makeup with this loose powder. This is called the Miracle Glow, and this is a satin finish powder. Okay, the container itself is the only thing that I'm not thrilled by. It is quite large, and when you take it off, you have to like really pull it out, and it's kind of hard. It kind of gets stuck. So I usually leave it about halfway like this, so that way I don't have to go through it. But it is kind of like very, very chunky and a little too much for me. I think that they could have done a much better job with the container, taking up much less space, and God forbid you have to travel with this in your bag. This would be just ginormous to take with you. So that's the only complaint. So if Flower Beauty is listening, that's the only thing that I would say, that the formula of the powder and the finish of the powder is beautiful. So nothing to say about the product, but the container, ooh, thumbs down for the container. Okay, then we went ahead and used on the face to warm it up. We used the Heatwave Bronzer. This one, like I explained, the lid broke, okay? So, but that's what it looks like, the Heatwave Bronzer. And this one, it is in the color Sunrise, and this is the lighter of the two shades of bronzers. This one is more on the cool undertone. And then there is also a more yellow, more orangey yellow bronzer type of tone, but very, very smooth, very non-drying looking, non-chalky looking, and doesn't highlight any texture or anything like that. So I've been using this one as well, and has been very, very beautiful. I've enjoyed it. And even though I bought it during the summertime, I think that I'm going to be able to use it year round because of the fact that it's a cooler undertone, and it, with my skin being more fair now in the cooler months, it won't look orange. So I really like that formula a lot. For the cheek area, we use the Pyramids face palette, and this one is in the Rose Glow, okay? And we applied the pinkier side on the cheeks, and then I applied the lighter, more shimmery side as a highlighter. And then we really focused on these two on the top, which is more of a frosted pink. And I used that underneath the brow bone as well as the inner corner. Okay. And of course, swirled it all over just to kind of give an additional highlight. I think that if you like a shimmery cheek or overall glow, I think you will really enjoy it. And I think that it will look just stunning. And it reminds me a little bit of the Bobbi Brown, those bricks, those glow bricks that she has. This is a very good dupe for that, okay? This may be a little bit more glowy than those, but I think overall it's still, if you're a little bit light-handed with this, I think that you'll get almost the same result out of it, okay? For the eyes, we used this beautiful Petal Play eyeshadow quad. Again, the only thing negative I have is of the compact itself. It's really beautiful. You know, it's got this kind of like rose gold front that says flower and everything. But guess what? When you try to open it, like it doesn't give you anything to pry it apart. Like it just doesn't, it's very, very difficult to do that. So I usually have to end up getting like a little spatula and just kind of getting it on the side like that. And then I'm able to pop it open. So again, it's only a compact issue or a container issue that I have with this versus the actual product. But the product itself went on very nice, beautiful, very satiny, soft eye colors. The color, the pigment shades, turned out to be just like I expected. Very, very nice, and very smooth. So really 10 points for that. I don't have any issues with the eyeshadows themselves. And I think I gave a very, very lovely look for the eyes. I lined with the Colourpop gel liner for around the eyes. And I also used the eyeliner pencil from Flower Beauty just on the bottom waterline to open up the eyes. I've used this a few times as well and have seen that it's long lasting and really makes a nice effect for opening the eyes, okay? And then for the eyebrows, I used the NYX Brow Glue, of course, to set the brow hairs, but we used the Micro Brow Pencil by Flower Beauty. Again, if your eyebrows are nice and full, I think that this pencil will do some nice detail at the beginning, but I think that you're going to run out of the pencil quite quickly because, you know, as I was filling my brows, I had to twist up, you know, the lead, because the lead is so teeny tiny that, you know, you will go through it quite fast. So I would leave it just for little details in the front, but I would not be filling my full eyebrow with it every single day, okay? And, but I think that the color is very nice. I think that the texture of the wax of the pencil is very nice. And overall, I'm happy with the product. Just use it for detailing, not really to map out the whole brow. And then for the lips, we used two products. We used the Colourpop Lippy Pencil to outline, and then we used the Flower Beauty lipstick in Berry More. A nice soft berry color that I think that you will really be able to wear a lot. It's a great everyday color. And what I like is the texture. Very smooth. And I think that is really nice. Very hydrating and very soft and very, very pretty. I am loving it. All right, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this beautiful Flower Beauty tutorial and review. If you like these type of videos, I would really highly recommend you subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. We also have other skincare reviews, other makeup tutorials, as well as wig reviews. So if you like what you see, don't forget to click on the next video so you can catch this Lady Lioness Ultra Converti Cap review. Super, super duper easy to put on and create this great look for you. And as always, thank you so much for the honor of your time. I really appreciate it. Like this video, drop a comment, and also share with others. We really appreciate it. We're trying to grow this Red Diva channel. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you again very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care and bye.